Willie D Live.
What's up, family? According to reports, Broadway child star Immani Deia Smith has been murdered by her boyfriend. Immani has lost her life at the age of 26, the tender young age of 26. According to the police, the suspect is Jordan D. Jackson Small, her boyfriend. This guy was arrested and charged in connection with the stabbing. He's 35 years old and reportedly charged with first-degree murder, second-degree endangering the welfare of a child, third-degree possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose, and fourth-degree unlawful possession of a weapon. Immani played young Nayla in The Lion King from September 27, 2011 to September 23, 2012. According to a GoFundMe set up by her family, she is survived by her 3-year-old son. That GoFundMe had an initial goal of $50,000, which it has exceeded. It is now at $52,853, but we know that'll go up and it'll probably be up substantially by the time this video posts. So y'all keep the donations coming. Let's show this family some love. The GoFundMe is under support the Helper family after the tragic loss of Immani Deia. Part of the GoFundMe reads, "It is with a tragic and heavy heart that we share the loss of my niece, Immani Deia Smith, who was senselessly killed by her boyfriend on the morning of Sunday, December 21st, just ahead of Christmas. Immani was only 25 years old. She leaves behind a 3-year-old son, her parents, her 2 younger siblings, and an extended family, friends, and community who loved her so very much. Immani had her whole life ahead of her. She was a vivacious, loving, and fiercely talented person, a true triple threat performer. She most notably played the role of young Nayla on Broadway in Disney's Lion King, an experience that reflected the joy, creativity, and light she put into the world. This GoFundMe is being organized to support Immani's parents, Monique Rance Helper and Ronnie Helper, who are now facing the unimaginable, grieving their daughter while stepping in to raise her young son and support their 2 other children during this traumatic time. The funds raised will help cover the many immediate and ongoing expenses that come with the tragedy of this magnitude, including funeral and memorial expenses, crime scene cleanup at Immani's house, trauma therapy for Immani's son, siblings, and parents, time off from work to grieve, provide care, and attend to legal proceedings, legal and administrative costs, ongoing support and care for Immani's son, care for Immani's beloved dog, Kuro. In addition to their grief, Monique and Ronnie are trying to hold their family together, comforting their children, navigating the sudden responsibility to raise their grandson and find a way forward while their world has been shattered. Monique works as a Broadway and TV film hairdresser, and like so many in the freelance and artistic fields, time away from work means lost income during an already devastating period. We have started our fundraising goal at $50,000 because the true cost of trauma, loss, and long-term healing is impossible to know right now. Our hope is that these funds will give Immani's parents the ability to focus on what matters most, grieving their daughter, caring for their grandson, and helping their children begin to heal without the added fear of financial instability. I ain't got no problem with that, fam. These type of situations are indeed tragic. These type of dudes who do stuff like this, people who do stuff like this, they have no business being in relationships, none whatsoever, because these are people who just cannot really cope with regular everyday occurrences in life. They can't deal with it. Therefore, they should not be in a relationship because already they can't deal with rejection. They can't deal with things not going their way, and they're already crash dummies. If they're already mentally unstable by themselves, imagine what's going to happen if they enter into a relationship with another human being. That is going to exacerbate things. This is why, family, you have to be very careful about people who you let into your world. Because once you let certain people in, they believe that they own you. Now, you might be cool, as far as being safe, if you never let this person in. But the moment you exchange phone numbers and you start letting this person around you, come to your house and you go into their house, y'all going out to eat, y'all start having sex, y'all mess around and say, I love you, you love me. Hey man, they think they own you. They really become obsessed. And you got to keep in mind too, some of these dudes ain't really used to being in like relationships, especially not a healthy relationship. This dude, I did some digging. They didn't show his face in any of the reports. So I did some digging, and I'm pretty sure this guy right here is the guy. This is Jordan Jackson Small. All of the news reports list him as Jordan D. Jackson Small, but I'm pretty sure this is him because he is in the Princeton, New Jersey area. He worked at Princeton University and he is an IT support specialist. I'm pretty damn sure this is him. If I got the wrong guy, my bad, but you're too close, bro. You shouldn't have a name that close. Your name is really, 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 really close. The only thing missing is the D, but everything else is lining up. She was killed at her home in the New Jersey area. This is a guy who works in that same area, the Trenton, Princeton area, right, of New Jersey. And this guy was working at Princeton. They said the guy's about 35 years old. Yep, this guy looks about 35. Look like he could be about 35. He could be a little younger, he could be a little older. But Jordan Jackson Small, that's his name. And the name that they're given in all of the news reports is Jordan D. Jackson Small. If I got it wrong, I'll fix it, but I doubt it. I'm pretty sure this is the guy. In any event, family, a lot of these guys, they just ain't right up top. They don't have the proper coping skills. Women too, a lot of y'all women, not the ones that watch me, y'all good. But a lot of these other women, man, they do not have the coping skills to be in a relationship. They should be by themselves. Some of them should be like in some type of mental institution because, they have no idea how to cope with life. And then you're gonna enter into a relationship with another human being? You know what should happen, fam? There should be a test out there that's, maybe it's optional, but a test, maybe a love or relationship litmus test, where if you want to be in a relationship, you take this test. And if you fail, then the person got full warning that you ain't really qualified to be in a relationship, right? It's kind of like when you meet people and you want to know if they got a job or, they got good credit, ain't got no criminal record. Hey, what's your litmus test score? You know what I'm saying, fam? I'm serious. That would be a good damn test if everybody took that test. And in order to make sure people are not cheating, you can see the score on the official site. And maybe the official site makes sure that they do some type of background check to make sure you are who you say you are. We got to figure this thing out because there's too much of this type of stuff going on, man. You stab this woman for what? I can guarantee you it's something trivial. They said they had an argument. They said they had an argument and he stabbed her to death. I'm pretty sure it's probably because she didn't want to be with him anymore. Because that's usually what it is. And that part I do not understand, because why would you want to be with somebody who don't want to be with you? You can't win in a relationship like that. I don't know why somebody would subject themselves to something like that, because I would pretty much feel insignificant. I'd feel useless. If I was in a relationship with a woman and she said, I don't want to be with you anymore, I can't see myself still wanting to be with her, because in my mind, she thinks she's better than me. In my mind, she thinks she can do better. And maybe it's something I did. Maybe I did do something that was messed up or whatever. But when it comes to not wanting to be with me, if you think you can do better, all right, get on, go do better. But I do know if I stick around, I'm gonna be disrespected. I do know I'm gonna be taken for granted. I do know that she's gonna be filled with resentment, because she's gonna be looking at me like a charity case, like the whole time she's gonna be thinking she can do better. So my thing is, well, get on out there and do better. Get on out there then. Because I know I'm about to. I'm absolutely about to get on out there and do better. Success is the best revenge, man. I keep telling y'all. That success is something else, man. Because if you really all of that, if you're really the good person you say you are, you think you are, then you're going to shine no matter what. And you wouldn't want to be with somebody that thinks that they're better than you, that thinks that you're beneath them. If you really think you're all of that, they probably ain't going to find somebody as good as you again. And what's going to happen is they're going to suffer, because you're going to go on to do great things. You're going to go on to have a good life, and they're not. They may find somebody else, but if you're all of that, and you're that loyal, you're that reliable, you're that supportive and loving and all that stuff, man, and loyal, man, it's going to be hard to find that. It's extremely hard to find that in relationships. Y'all remember that song? Who sings that song? I think that's Teddy Pendergrass. Maybe Teddy Pendergrass and what was the name of that group? It's so good, loving somebody when somebody loves you back. That's a fact. What's the name of that group? To Be Loved. Man, that was a cool, man. Thank God for the artists before. The artists of the past, man, them guys, man. If any of y'all out there, man, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for the good music. Thank you for the great lyrics. Man, without y'all, man, the world wouldn't be as nice. It wouldn't just, it's bad out there, but it'd be worse without your contributions. Great music. Damn. Who was that? Teddy Pendergrass and, let me see, Teddy Pendergrass and, what was the name of that group? Start with an H, I think. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. There you go. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, featuring Teddy Pendergrass. Well, actually, it featured Harold Melvin, and Teddy Pendergrass was one of the Blue Notes until he struck out on his own. But that, man, somebody loves you back, man, that feels good. I wouldn't want it any other way. I don't think there's a woman out there that's fine enough. I don't think she's pretty enough. I don't think there's one out there that's intelligent enough, successful enough. I don't think there's one out there, point blank period, that deserves me or that I deserve that don't look at me the same way. If she don't believe that I'm worthy, I don't want to be with her. I don't want nothing to do with her. Like, I'll drop her so fast, fam. Once I realize she's saying certain things, acting a certain way, I'll drop her so fast. Man, I be gone. You know, like, yeah. I just don't get it. I do not get these dudes that throw their life away over a woman who don't want them. Not really even saying that that's the case, but it's applicable. You better believe in almost every situation when something like this happens, it's because the woman don't want to be with him anymore. That's typically what it's about. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. R.I.P. Immani Deia Smith. No more talk.